This video is sponsored by Squarespace. I was getting like 100, 200,000 views, 21,000 subs a month. It was ridiculous. See, this is where it all began. But why don't you seem happier? Hi, I'm Marcus, or PC Centric, and this is reacting to the last 10 years of my YouTube channel. Can you tell we're running out of ideas?
Today, I've got something special for you. I'm going to lose my dignity, and I'm going to upgrade to Windows 8.
I'm going to lose my dignity and upgrade to Windows 8, because at the time Windows 8 didn't exactly have the best reputation, but the whole reason I actually started my YouTube channel was because I was looking for a video on gaming with Windows 8 and whether it made any difference for performance, and there wasn't an answer, so I thought I'd make a video on the journey. Wow, I put it on a DVD, an optical drive. An optical drive. Remember those?
All games ran absolutely fine. Origin has encountered a serious problem and must close. And then there was no errors whatsoever. No, I'm just joking.
Just joking. See, this is where it all began. And obviously, this wasn't a great video, but this, I think, for a lot of people is very relatable. Someone that was what? I don't know, 17, 18, 19, something like that. Just wanted to play games. Do I need to talk about that intro? I made it myself. Can you tell?
Well, I've had experience with this phone now, and I can say that the battery life is fairly mediocre. Now, today is Wednesday.
Now, it might be a little bit weird for you guys to see me reviewing a phone, but when I got started, I think this was one of the main reasons the channel was actually able to grow properly. It's because I was doing different sorts of things, and it was all about getting seen. It wasn't necessarily about having like this perfect PC gaming channel. I was still sort of working out what I wanted to do with it. It was a hobby, really. Any sort of tech I could get hold of, I would have to buy myself and review. So anything I could get in, I just spent some time with and made a video on.
What's up, guys? Welcome to my video.
The phrase was born, we don't say it anymore, but that was the intro to all of them really at the time. I thought it was great. I mean, it was in trend, don't forget, this was 10 years ago. But this was the first proper viral video, if you like, I had. And I think one of the reasons why the channel was able to succeed. Boy in his bedroom, just got into PC gaming, really enjoying it, and just wanted to tell everyone about it, really. Oh yes, I forgot about this as well. Oh my days, I forgot about this. And this was the thumbnail because it was right in the middle of the video, and we had this lovely NVIDIA demo running in the background where you have a elf that still stands up today, but I don't think NVIDIA would probably release this in 2022. But it helped the video get views. I'm not complaining. Right, what's up guys? Myself and Luke have just been to the PlayStation 4 booth. We've played the games, we've seen the controller, we've seen the console. This video was a big one for me though, because this was actually like my first trip away. It was all self-funded. I actually went to Gamescom, which is in Germany, which wasn't particularly expensive to go to, relatively. The flights and things were very cheap. But this was my first attempt at show coverage. If I was able to do this in front of a load of people, then I guess I was able to properly take that next step towards growing a channel. I mean, I still don't like doing it in front of people now. It's nervy. I'm excited for this one. This is a good one.
This video is all about this, the MacBook Pro with Retina display. Now, they've slimmed down the size ever so slightly of the 13-inch model.
Not sure about the outfit. I thought wearing a shirt in every video would look good. All I've managed to do here is look like I've just got back from school. I'm asking mum for hot chocolate and some toast and honey, but it doesn't really matter. This was very different because this was actually at university, and I was a bit unsure as to whether the channel was going to continue at one point, because when I took my computer there, it was using too much power and there was like restrictions on how much you could use, and the point being the computer just didn't work. So I bought myself a MacBook Pro and I used this to do the whole channel for a year or so.
Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to my video. This video is the uni room tour. It's been long requested.
Oh yes, show you what goes on in my university bedroom. Not that much, if I'm honest with you. I mean, clearly, starting with the toilet is fantastic content. This is what people wanted to see. Here is my university room. It was pretty small, and it was pretty grim, I'm not gonna lie, but at the time it didn't really matter. I just wanted to be away from home. But this was important because this was the first time I think I'd done like a proper setup tour of everything, and it was quite popular actually. People are always interested to see what people actually physically use on their setup, but this was very much the birth of a format that later on would become a massive bit of the channel when we started doing setups for real.
What's up guys, and welcome.
Still repping the shirts. This one is a little bit more colourful. To this day, I'm still a fan, but this was the big problem with the channel. It was just talk at the time. No sort of cutaways or B-roll really. 3.5 minutes, imagine watching a video now. no cutaways for 3.5 minutes. Now this was a huge video. This did really well for me. I think about 550,000 views. But two things were different about this. Firstly, we introduced 2 cameras. Even this video doesn't have 2 cameras. And I didn't tell anyone about it, so everyone was a bit confused when it happened. It's actually a very funny transition. It's not that clean. But I think this was very much quite a happy place for me in the channel at the time. Second year of uni, things were going well. I was able to sort of manage it alongside everything. And I was becoming more and more confident actually talking about the topics that I loved, and was obviously becoming a lot more knowledgeable.
Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to this video. This video is a full review of this absolutely massive, gigantic thing I've just placed on my desk right here.
Are the shirts getting better or worse? I think better. That's not bad. Do look like I work at Tesco though. But the reason that this one is significant is because I think a large part of my channel became gaming monitors. I covered loads of them. It was really nice. I was finally getting access. AOC and Philips, who are sort of like the same company, same PR agency anyway, they actually started sending me some out. And I didn't have a very good tripod, which is why this B-roll was particularly bad. But it gave me something to sort of focus on. It gave me a little niche, and more importantly, I think the secret really with YouTube videos is that it allowed people to watch one video and then want to watch the next. I was a bit flip-flopping all over the place. I was going from phones to like some gaming videos to TVs to monitors. A lot of people didn't really know what to expect, but as soon as we sort of started to focus down on a little bit of one thing, PC gaming, we saw some success. This was also the point I started to put a bit more effort into thumbnails. I don't think they stand up particularly well today, but they're miles better than what I had before.
So just like the AMD Fury X, this graphics card is one of their most high-end cards. But unlike the Fury X, which comes with a water cooler, this one just comes with the Strix Edition air cooler.
They're not the most attractive, but actually they do the job. We only had 3 cards. Again, didn't really have many samples, but was able to use what I had to hopefully give you guys some good knowledge. Now this is probably one of the most significant videos I think I ever made. Maybe even more so than when I went full time, because this is the start of the channel being a bit more professional, taking it properly serious. I had almost like a New Year's resolution that I wanted to do this full time, and I was willing to do anything to make that happen. And the first thing I did was essentially take a step back, have a look at what everyone else was doing, what makes a video good, and try and replicate that. And immediately things like the lighting were better, the videos were better structured, I had proper scripts, I think. And here we have some lovely B-roll. Not too bad. I was maximizing the space. This was a tiny room. Oh wait, is this the one? Is this the one? I think it is. I look very happy, very pleased. Oh, the tech chap was in it. Oh, I wouldn't have shown you this one. Tom was on the line. It was a little bit cringe.
But I believe you are a little bit different, are you not?
Well, I do have a gaming PC. I've got a desktop under my desk.
Desktop under your desk. Tom, you're letting the side down. But this is the bit. This is why I wanted to show you this video.
Do I build or buy?
Oh, it was the plate splashing noise. I couldn't find anything more appropriate, but I sort of went with it because I thought it'd be funny. And it still is. Holds up well today. These videos are getting better. Choice of jumpers is still the same though. No, not Tech on Tour. It's almost as cringe as the tech chaps Tea and Tech. I want to say, before you see this, I really tried. I thought this was amazing.
Prague.
Western Digital took us out to Prague. I think it was my first proper international trip, and trying to make videos on SSDs isn't that interesting. So I thought, hey, let's dress it up. Let's basically do a video about Prague, and we'll have the SSD in there somewhere as well. And then we have probably the happiest video ever. This was 2017. June. Videos are looking better, looking a lot crisper, but this was the moment I announced I had finished uni and was taking this channel full time.
This is my full-time occupation. Making videos is the way I'm going to make a living.
But why don't you seem happier? Someone gave me some advice actually, I think around about 6 months after this video, which at the time I thought was very, very rude. I think you should smile more in your videos. As I say, this genuinely was, I think, a ridiculously happy time. Yeah, look at me. Sad, miserable. Show some emotion, man, come on. Still my favourite shot ever, love that. This was when I was maximising all my energy into making videos look as good as they possibly could. Making my own transitions, everything.
This is my setup. I've been working on it for
But then it's a bit like the actual content
now.
itself is a bit, meh. This, I think my mindset was, well, if I spend the most amount of money and time making the videos look as good as possible, then that's what I'm missing. That's what makes my videos not as good. But obviously, as we know, it's more about actually making them entertaining and keeping people from the start of the video to the end and not wasting people's time. This is when we started our PC Gaming Explained series. I'm hoping that I actually look pretty happy in this because I think this is probably one of the happiest times of my life. This was actually when I got my first ever proper girlfriend, and I just remember everything in the world just feeling great. And I was never particularly fussed, if I'm honest, all the way through sort of school and university. It wasn't what I wanted to do. I had other things like the channel I wanted to focus on, and I knew it would happen at some point. But I think just having a life that felt very complete, very wholesome, and anyone, or I'd like to think a lot of people watching this video that have been in a relationship before, know what it's like when you get your first one and you're just feeling like on top of the world. And I really do think that would have come through on the videos, actually. I really do. Spoiler alert. It did end. You've caught me in the hotel room getting ready for an evening event in a suit I've picked up from the local market. Now this was a massive video. This was the launch of Ryzen 3000, and 3000 meant that it was properly like time for business, I guess. And the story behind this particular video is that things went a little bit wrong when we were trying to film it, and I basically just had this big freak out. I remember it was horrible. We were at the ASUS event where they were sort of showing off all of their motherboards, and I wanted to film this video there, but honestly, I don't know what happened. I lost it. I don't know if you've seen the video before of Jesse when he was introducing Need for Speed, and he just couldn't do it, couldn't do the job, and it was live, and it was like, oh, that's basically what happened to me, but fortunately not live. And it was so embarrassing. It took like an hour, 10 minutes to actually get some video filmed. And then they started packing up all of the motherboards behind us, which obviously just made me feel worse and worse. And poor Gareth was filming all of this and just seeing me have a quite literal mental breakdown. But we got back, I was feeling terrible, and I remember saying to Gareth, go get some food, just leave me alone in the hotel room, I will fix this. And I did. And I was very, very proud of myself because this video actually ended up doing quite well. Never give up. Inspirational quote of the day.
It seems like only yesterday that I built my very own personal rig. The RGB machine that's capable of not only crushing 4K gaming, but all of the video editing that's required for this channel.
This was the last video I ever filmed at my parents' place. I remember feeling so bored of being there. Not actually being at my parents' place, I mean, I was there this morning, it's great. And I think you can tell in this video, I knew I was about to move. It was gonna be stressful, I knew that. But I was so excited to properly move to the next step.
Welcome back to not the final studio update, there's still more to do, but as you can see, things are looking like they've progressed.
Better presentation, bit more movement, bit more interesting, bit more storytelling. And this was one of the first videos in the new place actually, once I'd sort of set everything up.
So this is my current PC. And there's so much to love about it. It looks awesome, it plays games to the max, it's got 2080 Ti inside here, but it's time for an upgrade.
So this is pretty much the birth of current PC Centric. This, I remember, was the format that essentially became the format that we use for most of our builds now, really. I can't stress enough how much having a desk helped the channel. What it enabled me to do was actually present and to actually do. People want you to be doing things. You had to be doing things on camera. You can't just be talking all of the time.
It is here, it is finally here. Ampere has arrived.
This was probably the single video that changed the channel the most. Not in terms of my presentation or the way I did things. This was lockdown, and this was the launch of the RTX 3080. People have been waiting for this for ages. It was very well priced, it had a lot of performance. Stock, as you know, wasn't particularly great, but everyone wanted one of these. And it seemed that for about 2 months, every single video I made went viral. It was absolutely insane. I remember working 7 days a week for a couple of weeks or so, just to get as many videos up as possible. As I say, because you put one up, and I usually get like 10, 20,000 views perhaps in the first few days. I was getting like 100, 200,000 views. It was ridiculous. And this is where the channel grew to the size really that it is today. It was a really, really strange time because I wasn't going anywhere. No one was going anywhere. I think that was getting me quite down, but work was probably the best it had ever been. It didn't really do much for my relationship, I've got to be honest. I was pretty distant.
I've built well over 100 gaming computers at this stage and played for thousands of hours, so I know a thing or two about PC gaming. There is no doubt that this is the ultimate platform for all things video games.
Now this video is very significant because if it's not currently my most popular, I know this one soon will be. This is what to know before you get into PC gaming. This was very much designed to give you all the information you need about PC gaming in one relatively short, condensed video. All of these videos just gradually were getting more and more views to the point where we sort of had this lovely snowball, and I think at its peak I was hitting an extra 21,000 subs a month. This was peak PC Centric. Whoa!
That was almost video over.
That was almost curtains. Oh, now this video always makes me smile. I think this is probably my favourite video, not only to have made, but also to watch back. Because this was a video done with Ryan, who is one of my childhood friends that sadly don't see that much anymore. And it was so fun to do, and it was also so wholesome as well, because I try my best to remember what it was like when I'm doing these videos about building your PC for the first time. But when you have done 150, 200 builds at this stage, obviously, I think it's fair to say you've lost a little bit of touch with what it's like when obviously it's your own components and you're doing it for the first time. And I promise you, if you're going to watch one PC-centric video again, ever, watch this one. It's really good fun. You know what? Honestly, I'm so glad that I have done this video. It's been pretty awesome to look back and sort of see everything over the last 10 years. Get subscribed if you're not already. And if you're interested in the rig beside me and you want to learn a little bit more about it, or maybe check out current pricing, you can find all of that listed down below with my Amazon affiliate links. But a massive thank you to you guys for watching, a massive thank you to everyone that supported the channel, and a massive thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Squarespace is an amazing service that lets you build a clean, professional website in literally just minutes.
Connect with your audience and generate revenue through gated members-only content, manage your members, send email communications and leverage audience insights, all on one easy-to-use platform. You can also create a community on your Squarespace website with a fully integrated commenting system and powerful blogging tools to categorize, share, and schedule your posts. You can now even use third-party tools thanks to Squarespace extensions, which help you to manage inventory, promote products, streamline bookkeeping, and even display social media posts automatically.
Go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and then when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/PCcentric to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Thank you, Squarespace, for sponsoring this video.